Hey guys, and we are back for episode 4. Off in the distance, I don't know whether you can quite make it out, but there you can see the foundation of the new building we're building, and our tower is, for now, complete. So, let's get to it. Oh, cycled one too many times. By the way, this thing, which I passed over briefly, is an umbral rose. It produces umbral roses around it, and the reason this hardened clay is here is because these umbral roses also produce umbral roses. It spreads like a weed, but each of these can be turned into some black ink, so you don't have to go squid fishing. That's from Forbidden Magic. And this, how's this doing? Oh, we just saw Perditio get 1 more point. So in the time it took Perditio to get 2 points, air has grown like 9. So this thing is taking a while to be eaten alive. And I'm tempted to remove this because we don't need it anymore. Yeah, I think I will do that because I think then the selection process will go a bit quicker on the types that we need. It also gives me some more ethereal essence to later on break down into Aurum, which is nice. So, between episodes I did a couple of things. First of all, let's go back over here. I created a new barrel. That new barrel is for quarried stone, which is cooking up in here, because I figure we're going to need a lot of it for this building, because we want the buildings to have matching theme, right? We want to make sure that things look similar going along, or at least have a very thematically similar design. And I also filled in the rest of the foundation with the great wood planks that things are going to sit on. This will actually have a basement, which is going to be necessary for the infusion altar. And let's actually lay that thing out. Here's the runic matrix and the pedestals. I'm missing 1 arcane stone. Oh, that's a pain. Just make some more arcane stone. There we go. Put those away. I will need my wand as well. Hopefully it has enough juice in it to form the thing. I think it's 10 of each aspect. So dead center in this room. We can use the logs to mark out to make sure that we're standing in the right spot. We are. We want the pedestal there. Then the arcane brick. And then the arcane stone blocks. 1 here very temporarily so we can put the rune matrix on top. Break that. And we should be able to form the matrix now. I do not have enough aspects, but I know who does have essentia that I can borrow. Very kindly. I am allowed to use these. This, by the way, is Way of Time's thing. He's making lots of floating islands. Him and Amadorus, I think, are the 2 that live there. I'm going solo at the moment. No one has joined me. But Amadorus and Way of Time are making this cool, like, floating island thing up on this mountain. Very Laputa. If any of you have seen that Miyazaki film. That is a healthy air ore. I have a plan. I think Way's doing something similar. Is to have 1 energized node of each type of essentia. So this tower will become redundant at some point. But to have 1 type of each aspect as an energized node. And have it quite healthy. So I've gathered my first, which is this aqua node here, which is 119, which will at square root down to about 10, I think. And 10 is an excellent amount. That's right, we're placing them there because we wanted 4. So this will give us an idea of what the building will look like, at least in the centre room. And I have one spare arcane pillar. Arcane pedestal, sorry. So first things first, we need to establish the wall design of the building, and we're going to take that very similarly from here, and we're going to change it as needed. So this tower started with andesite blocks at the bottom, so here we will start with andesite blocks on the bottom. And that's our doorway. So let's just go all the way around. Not sure why I did that. Just kind of went on autopilot accidentally. Whoa. Because see, this building will obviously have a few things different to it to the tower style. Like it's going to have areas where windows can go. Because people are going to be inside of it, unlike the tower, which is only holding up something. It's not actually a living space. So we're going to have to figure out what that kind of thing looks like in our theme going forward as well. And this is kind of what happens when you create a theme on the fly. You have to make decisions like that. Like this back corner won't be able to have windows, but these corners will be. Or at least some of them. Because we want to make it look like this building is intentional and not like it was filled in by a landslide, right? If it was filled in with a landslide, we'd totally put windows in the spaces that they would go on this side as well, and just have the dirt showing up in the window. Okay, that's the bottom layer of andesite blocks. Now the question is, how high do we want the inside to be? And I think we can kind of figure that out by coming up like this and figuring where do I want to see the roof. And I think that's actually pretty spot on. I'd want the roof above my head in this central section anyway, maybe a bit lower in these bits, but in this central section I think about that high up is nice. So that means that the roof would need to come at least to there. So that's much like that one, where the andesite is mirrored at the top. We're going to mirror the andesite at the top too. This time we will go straight across. I'm going to need to get a lot more andesite, I think. Might even have to go mining for some more. Oh yeah, definitely going to have to go mining for some more. And very boringly, we're going to make a frame. And like the tower, we're going to make it more interesting as we go. Excuse me, tree. You are very much in the way. Yeah. Oh no. Once again, inventory tweak strikes. Okay. So we have the frame. And we're not actually going to have the roof made of blocks, so I'm going to remove that. That was just to give me an idea of how high I wanted the room. I think this bit What is too lower feel like on the inside? It's a bit too low, isn't it? Although, what if we did something like this? Have an archway there and actually have this come up full size like that, and that will give the space that kind of thing, but it'll be the same size all round, and I think that'll be better for the roof as well, but when we put the roof on, which I have some ideas of how I want to do that too, I think. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to try doing something like this, just to initially bulk this stuff up. Okay, and then I'm going to put the arches on each of these as well. So that went like this. And I might replace what material the arch is actually made from, but we shall see. Oh. Did I? Yes, I did. I stepped that out. Just making sure I did these. Like that. And we've got one more. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is a nice thing about symmetrical buildings. Once you've done one pattern once, you just speed up, because you are just repeating a pattern you're used to over and over again. Now, I didn't push that out, and I think I should. Because once again, we're trying to create depth where possible. Okay, and now the rest of this space will be for quarried stone. Except for, I think, on these bits. I think will come straight up like this. I think we might put andesite pillars actually in those spots. I think that will look quite nice. And again, we're mirroring the tower by putting pillars in. Making sure that the theme follows through on all things in some way, somewhere. Just a lot of thematic cohesion. Once again, what I think needs to happen is someone needs to mod inventory tweaks, because I think inventory tweaks in general is built such that it works well with vanilla Minecraft, and not so it works well with modded Minecraft. And modded Minecraft has a lot of things that it does differently with items, like using different meta and NBT data and stuff like that. That means that inventory tweaks gets confused at certain times. So I think that's what's happening. Inventory tweaks is getting confused. I have one more thing. I think that'll be for the door. And then we're going to have windows, I think. This time though, unlike using polished stone from the beginning, because we have less space in general for the quarried stone, we're going to start with it rather than having the block gradient in there. Right, because these are where the windows are going to go. We can have a window here too, but then in these corners, this is where we will have some polished stone, like that. And then we'll have fitted. Boop, boop, boop. Boop, boop, boop. And then we'll go to brick. Whoops. I was doing this side, I felt like I'd missed something there, and I did. Don't worry, I'll deal with that tree eventually. So, let's take a look on the outside. I think this will start to look pretty nice very soon. We want to go from, we will go from polished on here though. Then up to fitted. I might want to put a keystone at the top of the door actually, now that I come to think of it. By a keystone I mean like that. And oh, I'm not sure I did this, I meant to do small brick here. I know I'm running out, but remember I've got lots and lots cooking way back. Then I think we do this. Again, we're trying to create depth. So we're going to have the doorway portal, and then you come inside, right? And you've got the inset there. Looks good. What I might do here though is see, the other cool thing about doing each of these like little insets on this building to break up the square is that they can actually feature a lot more pattern than these can. Like we're making these bits a lot more interesting looking with the combination of materials than we did with the inside wall. And to prove a point, we're going to do that. The tree is leaking on the inside, so we just deal with it like that. I need to go get some more. For some reason the server keeps telling us what time it is. That should do it. It's the one thing about flying. It unfortunately makes you mine a lot slower. I'm going to break out my axe. Clear this tree away from the building. Not bigger, and we need to do it here too. Cool. So that like this. We now want to mirror that onto each of these sides. Of course, we won't have the andesite blocks there, so we'll be doing something a little bit different. Oh, I didn't put pillars here. Andesite pillars, please. Whoa. Tree is invading. I think we're good. Okay. Let's go back to polished quarried. Polished quarried stone. And fitted. I think we'll put a window in these spots. Oh, I've done a boob. 2. We want 2 down. And we can put the window. Can't do all 3, no. So just 2. 2's fine. You can see out the window now. Don't mind the stutters, that's just Java doing its garbage collection. And then when we do this side, we should have a fairly good idea of overall how the building's going to look. So we want to leave that. No, we don't, because this is a windowless side. Due to the dirt. And you come out 1. Right. So if we come out the front, okay, take a look at this building from the angle that we'd see it. Looks good, I think. Remember, the roof on the inside is actually going to come from here. So it's not going to feel so totally open as it is now. Ah. One fitted stone short. Alright. So from the other side, this is what, from the riverside, this is what this building will look like. Now I have an idea of what kind of glass I want to use too. If we look at glass, there's one with a quite nice pattern in it. So we're not going to be using a clear glass. We're going to be using something a bit more interesting. I don't want it to have a light. So a better way to do this is actually get a piece of glass and look at it with chisel. Ooh. That's my immersive engineering box, by the way. So it was similar to this one. It might have actually been this one. It says modern iron. But we'll take a look. These do have connected textures, so... Oh, these ones don't. It's almost the idea. But I think we'll keep looking through here. It was probably from another mod, the one that I'm thinking of. I have to go through all the micro blocks to get there. It's not dark ethereal glass, but maybe it is. How do we make dark ethereal? We need dark glass and unstable ingots. Yeah, we're not going to do that because we want light to get into the room. Excuse Mr. Truck. He doesn't know how loud he is. Spyglass. Yeah, I think we're going to use the iron fitted just for now until I come up with a better solution. So let's stick the iron fitted in the building. Because it does look quite nice. I just wish that there wasn't the bars in the middle. It's the right design, however. Cool. So we've got the two windowless rooms, and we have the glass coming around. It's actually kind of a lot more symmetrical than I thought it would be, which is nice. Once again, I have an idea of what roof we want to put on it, but we're going to stick grape wood in there, and then I think we're going to wrap up once we've stuck the inside roof on. Once we've done the inside roof, we'll work on the outside roof next episode. Great wood, great wood. That is not going to be enough great wood. Tell you that right now. Fortunately, this forest has lots of great wood trees, and I can just plant more. So we're going to go around like this. Actually, I have a super builder's one somewhere in here. I want to look at the chisel. I want to look in my bag. There it is. Okay. So, wait. Fortunately, someone's doing the sleeping for me. Just do the first 2 rows and off we go. And yes, something will be done about the cobble you can see down on the floor in there. It'll be replaced with something nicer. These bits, these thresholds. We want to bring this across. And let the builder's one do all the work. Need way more great wood. Okay, so we have a very flat boxy top to this thing, which we will fix next episode. But let's finish off the episode by stepping inside. And now we have this. Stick some torches around. These will obviously be changed out for some better lighting later, but for now, this is what the inside of this place looks like, and I think we're doing a pretty good job. I think next episode I would also like to put some detail, maybe in the corners here, and some like little bits of stone strut or whatever on the inside. Clean it up with some carpenters in certain situations. Probably not on the arch, quite like the blocky arch. Take out these bits. Let's do that now actually. It's bugging me enough to do it before I finish the episode. We have the great wood on hand, so may as well. Tinkers being tinkers and having the nice right click. Oop, not what I meant to do. Okay, so we have a floor. We have a floor and a roof on the inside anyway. We have walls, which will get more and more detailed as we go along. But I think this is going to be a fantastic infusion building. So thank you all for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye bye!